There are so many examples of writing statement of purpose on the internet. You don't want to waste your time going to copy, because once they run it through the plagiarism checker, there's no need wasting time on your application, and they know people do that, so be mindful. Hi everyone, you're warmly welcome back to my channel. My name remains Miss Ampofua, and this is the International Students Hub. So today, per the title, I am going to help you, give you some tips on how to write a well-established statement of purpose. And before we go on, I will urge you to subscribe if you have not subscribed to my channel, and I want to say a big thank you to all my loyal subscribers. The statement of purpose is one of the most important deciding factors for candidates or applicants to be accepted to a master's degree or a PhD program. It is very important, once you have the opportunity to write a statement of purpose, to make the most of that opportunity. On that paper, you are going to convince the admission committee why you are a genuine candidate and the best one that should be considered, because I should remind you, you are competing with other equally good students who also want that opportunity. So you should actually take the statement of purpose writing serious, and also make sure you do it yourself. You tell a unique story. Statement of purpose is unique. Under normal circumstance, nobody is supposed to even write your statement of purpose for you. You're supposed to write it. What a second party can do is actually to review it and then make a few tweaks over there, here and there, but then not to change the content. Nobody can change the content of your statement of purpose, because it is a unique story you are telling about yourself. So we can help you with the grammar, we can help you with the chronology, we can help you with some words, but then we can't write it for you, I must say. And the steps I am going to share today are steps that I actually followed, which helped me. Let me say, it is my experience. As you know, this channel is all about experiences. So like any essay you are writing, the statement of purpose, you need an introduction, you need a body, you need a conclusion. So then, what goes into the introduction? For my introduction, I like to tell the admission committee who I am. So at the introduction, you have to tell them who you are. So once they pick your statement of purpose, it should reflect who you are, and it is unique. So I normally like to present myself as a first generation student, and then I think that coming from that angle gives them some sort of insight about who I am, the kind of efforts I am putting in to get to where I am. So you know that. And away from who you are, telling them who you are, maybe it can be a story about your background, your experience. Maybe you are from a racial minority, you are a black, you are a Latino, your socioeconomic background, but it should be realistic. It should be captivating but realistic and convincing enough. So you tell them who you are, tell them what you believe in. So your beliefs normally reflect the kind of program you want to pursue. So if you're somebody who actually believes in gender equality, then if you are applying to a program, say MS Gender Studies, I don't know if there's a program like that, but then your beliefs actually inform the kind of program. So if you are able to make that link, that maybe you believe in this, that is why you're applying to this program, it is also great. And you also have to tell them what sparked your interest at the introduction. So what sparked your interest to actually apply for the program. So it can be a course you took. So for me, I took a course called Sociology of Law and Criminal Justice, something like that, way back in my undergrad, and that actually propelled me to apply for MS Applied Criminology, because I did something with criminal justice. Yeah. So you can also say something like that if you actually have a relevant course experience, which actually sort of is informing your decision to apply the particular program. You can also share an experience, an encounter you had as a first generation student. Maybe you experience a form of inequality somewhere, and because of that you want to pursue this program, you want to do that. You can tell a unique story. I can't sit here and give you a guideline, let me say a rigid guideline that you should follow it. Nah, I'm just giving you ideas. So you can write something like that. So for your introduction, tell us who you are, tell us what you believe in, tell us what motivated you to apply for the program, period. Then I go to my body. So in my body, from telling them who I am, what I believe in, what sparked my interest, I tell them my relevant experiences that is making me actually apply. So it's not about just something sparking your interest, but then what are some of the relevant experiences you have had that you think that you can bring on board. So for me, I worked as a teaching assistant when I completed my undergrad. So once I was a teaching assistant, some of the things I was doing when I went to class or going to class to maybe have tutorials, and then by that, the relevant experience I gained is having confidence and ability to relate with people from diverse backgrounds. So you have to state that. And then also, as a teaching assistant, I collaborated or I assisted my professors to conduct research. So research experience is also there. And as a teaching assistant, maybe sometimes you have the opportunity to teach. So teaching is there. So these are the relevant experiences that you are bringing on board. And then you have to also briefly talk about your interest. So the kind of area you want to focus. And then it will be very great if you are able to name one professor who actually is working, or who actually has research interest that is parallel to yours, and then you tell them that because so and so does research in this, and maybe you have read his book or you have read maybe stuff about him, you think that you'll be able to work with him because you both share similar research interest. And that is it. That shows that you have actually researched well about the department and you know what you are about. Okay, and then the next thing that I normally add to my body is I state my professional and then academic goals. So you have to state your professional goals and your academic goals and how the degree will help you to realize these goals, because you're not just coming to have the degree. The degree should actually have impact on you. So how will it be relevant to your future aspirations? You have to state that. So for me, I stated that I see myself in research, teaching, and advocacy. So pursuing a program like MS Applied Criminology with an emphasis on law, policy, and social change, I'll be able to realize that dream. Because as an advocate, what are you going to advocate for? So I state that for me, I want to advocate for maybe racial minority groups. I want to advocate for maybe LGBT members. And then so you have to actually link it. So it will be great if you can go to the program's website and look at maybe the program you are going to study, the emphasis or the capstones. So for me, my program has 3 capstones, and one is what I mentioned: law, policy, and social change. And then I link that to my future goals. And then the next thing I would want to talk about, or I normally add, is you have to talk about why you are interested in the program and why you are interested in the school. What do they have? Because there are so many universities in the United States of America. There are so many universities in the world. Even your country, there are so many universities. So why the University of Aberdeen? Why the University of Nottingham? Why Northern Arizona University? Whatever university you want to apply to, why that particular university? So you can talk about maybe the resources, international recognition, and then the prestige you would have to associate with such an institution. You can state a lot of them. So you have to research and know what they have and how that is informing your decision to apply to the program or the school. And then finally, from there, I go to my conclusion. And then my conclusion, you have to actually convince them why they should select you. Convince them and then reassure them of your academic commitment, that once you are selected, you are going to be a good student, a serious student, you are going to fulfill the course requirements or whatever, like just a assurance for them to know that you're a serious student and you are going to do whatever is expected of you. And also, what people don't add, please state if you want to be sponsored. At the conclusion, you can tell them that you'll be glad if you are considered for financial assistance. And then that is it. Then you end by writing. So you just write sincerely, Vanessa Ampofuabuedu, teaching assistant. Then I was a teaching assistant. Yeah. So something like that, because the statement of purpose should have your name. So you either write it at the top or you come to the bottom. But I think if you write it at the top, it is great so that right from the beginning they know who they are dealing with. So thank you for spending time with me, and I hope this is. And before I leave you, I would like to say that every school has its unique requirements for the statement of purpose. Some actually will give you the guidelines on the things they expect you to write or include in the statement of purpose. So I would urge you that you should pay attention to those guidelines, because if they state it, then they expect you to deliver, to give it out. So you should consider that and follow it vividly. And then I would also want to say that there's no particular format for SOP. What I shared is what I used, so it is my experience. So I'm not saying you should abide by this guideline. If you think there are certain things you need to add, something I didn't mention, you can actually include it. After all, it is your story. So pay attention to the admission requirements, because they're also relevant when you're writing your statement of purpose. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and then subscribe to my channel. For further clarification, do leave your comments. Thank you very much. Adios. Bye bye.